Hello and welcome to the Aviation channel. Just letting you know, I haven't uploaded any videos recently. That's my fault. But I have mock exams tomorrow and I need to put more priority on those than you for now. Okay? Because obviously those mock exams will determine, let's say, my predicted grades and can actually potentially affect my GCSEs, A-levels, university degree, and that pilot career that I want to get into. So just let you know, tomorrow I've got my computer science mocks paper one, where there's 3 sections, and that's on computer systems. In fact, let me just show it to you. Okay, so of course I've got something like 19 exams in the mocks, and then in the real GCSEs I've got about possibly 25 exams, and this is obviously the textbook that my school is using. Not that I'm sponsoring them, but of course CGP is very good. Don't put any copyright strikes on my video, just because I've got the CGP logo. Anyway, but yeah, the 3 sections are on computer systems, how computers function generally. Also, you've got networks, for example, switches, LANs, WANs. You've got also viruses. Okay, how malware, worms, trojans can kick in to a computer, how it can affect users. You also have issues, for example, stakeholders, cultural issues. You have ethical and legal issues. You have environmental issues, and you also have this section on copyright, the CC licenses. Okay, the Creative Commons, where you have, for example, the share alike, the no derivative, non-commercial, etc. Anyway, you don't need to know this for now, okay? If you want to learn about it, just go and watch, I don't know, YouTube channels from like Crash Course Computer Science. They've got some excellent videos on that. But anyway, I'll come back to you tomorrow and tell you about it. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's the 7th of January, Monday. I've got mock exams for computer science, and I'll let you know how it goes after something like 12:40. It's probably going to go bad. Just noticed, need to look at the camera, not the screen. Oh yeah, hello? I've just finished my component 1 computer science mocks. They were very easy, and it is making me think, will the other exams be easier as well? There was maybe one question where I was a bit like, is this right, is this wrong? But I was still able to answer it. Every other question was very easy, it seemed like. Tomorrow I've got my science, well, when I'm in science, biology, and maths mocks, okay, maths paper 1, non-calc, and with biology, my school, everyone is doing combined, okay, no one is doing triple yet. The real GCSEs, there will be this sort of distinguishment between combined and triple students. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I'll update you tomorrow. So I've just come from the library, done revision for biology, done nothing for mathematics. I don't think I need to revise for maths, because it's probably all in my head, and I just need to do a bit of practice, and I'll catch you up on that later. Okay, so today's Tuesday. Mind that cough. But anyway, today's Tuesday, the 8th of January. I've got maths exam in about 40 minutes time. It's going to start officially. I did some practice looking at sample assessment material. Anyway, I need to do my hair quickly and then I need to change. So I'll catch you up on that later. Right now it's 25 past 4, and what I will tell you is that the biology mocks, they were actually okay. They were calm, and for some reason, okay, we're meant to revise chapters 1 to 5 of the biology mocks, and do you know what? 90% of the biology mocks were literally chapter 5. What happened to chapter 1 to 4? And honestly, yesterday I think I wasted a good 2 hours, 3 hours revising 5% of the paper. So basically, my revision from a few days prior is what probably made this biology mock seem fine. And what I said yesterday about the maths mock, done nothing for mathematics. I don't think I need to revise for maths. I think that was kind of a mistake because it was actually quite hard. Although everyone else, they found it difficult, but of course they probably didn't revise. In fact, I asked some of them and they said that they didn't even revise maths prior. I've just come from the library, and right now it is just over 10 past 8. I'm a bit tired, but just to let you know, economics, I think I can achieve maybe a grade 5 or 6 in the mocks. Definitely not in the GCSEs. Grade 9s for the GCSEs, hopefully. For English literature, just to let you know that in the real GCSEs I'm going to flop it, and in the mocks I'm definitely going to flop it with maybe a grade 1 or 2. Hopefully not even a grade 2, but just to let you know, an advance warning, when the results come, English literature, you're going to look at very bad results, since I haven't even revised it yet. Today in the library, I did revise maybe last week and the week prior. There is a lot to revise of English literature, and I don't really have the time for it. I'll let you know how the mocks go. Hopefully it's going to go easy, otherwise it's just the mocks, okay? It's not the real GCSEs. Right now it's 8 o'clock. In about 15 minutes time I'm going to have to leave. I will have to get ready very quickly. Just to let you know, I will definitely fail English. Let's just hope that everyone else is going to fail it so that I'm not going to be an anomaly. I'm probably seeing a grade 3 or 4. Although, I don't know if a grade 6 is a possibility for me at this point with English literature. Okay, for English language, I think I can pull off a grade 6. Possibly, maybe. Just need to learn the structure. Maybe do a bit of practice. Try not to repeat that maths mistake that I made the other day. But yeah, I'll catch you up on this later. He's a bit shy.
I do not give
I've just done my English literature exam. It was okay, easier than I expected, but that could be a trick of the eye, shall I say, because in the real the exam results, it's probably going to be bad results. Probably a grade 2, isn't it? I just did economics, and that was okay. The big mark questions, I feel like I'll lose a few marks on. And I'll update you a bit later. I'll probably go to the library because tomorrow I have got my geography paper 1 mocks. I really need to revise for those, and I can't disappoint my geography teachers. These are the best teachers in my school, I believe. Anyway, I'll catch you up on that later. I've just come from the library. Did just geography because tomorrow I only have 1 exam, and that's geography. Friday's going to be a bit tough. Chemistry, it's not my strong point. Also, there's another thing where, what is it, maths I think it is, on Friday. That's something I need to improve on. Because paper 1, I flopped in. Paper 2, it's still non-calculator. I still can't flop in that. Anyway, I'll catch up with you a bit later. So now I'm home. I only have just one exam tomorrow, Geography 8 at XOA. Paper 1, the physical environment. I should be able to do okay, maybe coast. Maybe I need to study a few case studies, and then that will be my mock revision done, pretty much. Maybe a few practice questions here and there. Geography is quite fun, okay? I'll tell you that. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Today is... what's the date today? Today is the 10th of January. I only have just the geography mocks today from 10 past 11. I don't know if I'm going to fail in it though. That's the thing. There's a few extra things I need to revise. I feel like I could get maybe a grade 8, possibly at the maximum in this, maybe a grade 7 actually. Anyway, I'll catch you up on it later. Just to let you know, geography, paper 1. That was harder than I expected actually. Harder than I thought actually, yeah. So anyway, tomorrow I have chemistry and computer science component 2. So computer science component 2, I don't think there's too much memorizing to do. It's more about practicing its programming algorithms. So I don't think there'll be too much work in that. In terms of memorizing, also chemistry, I feel like I'm definitely going to flop in that. That's my weak spot in terms of sciences. And I'm going to go to the library, so I'll catch you up. I'm back from the library. Tomorrow is Friday. I'll need a break, and then next week another 5 days of mocks. Luckily those are not GCSEs, because I feel like I'm going to flop the exams. Anyway, I'll speak to you tomorrow. So today I have my computer science mocks. I'm revising a bit of computer science. Of course I'm going to use the textbook. I'm going to look at maybe a few questions, sample assessment material questions, and I'll catch you up on this later, and I'll tell you how it goes. I don't think it's going to go that well. Just to let you know, I'm going to flop computer science component 2. 1 hour, 30 minutes of failure. I'll tell you how the test goes later on. Just to let you know, computer science, as I said before, it was rubbish. It was horrible. Although it was easier than I thought it would be, but it was still quite kind of hard. I missed out a few questions, especially with the coding and the pseudocode and the algorithm and all that. But anyway, in terms of chemistry, that was also quite bad. I knew I would kind of fail in it, because yes, I did revise, but I should have revised more. Yeah, I did find it difficult. There were questions where I did guess. There were, I think, 2 questions where I missed out on, so I think I guaranteed lost 4 marks or something like that. But anyway, I'll probably go to the library. I'll catch you up on that later. Just to let you know, today is Saturday the 12th of January. Basically, I'm gonna go to the library, do some work there, geography revision, because obviously geography paper 1 I thought it would be easy, but I feel like I'm going to definitely flop that. So paper 2, I'm definitely going to have to put some extra effort on that. Physics I'll probably do tomorrow. French, I don't think I need to do any revision now. That'll be probably the last minute revision for me. Maths, I do have it on Monday. I'll do that tomorrow. So physics and maths tomorrow, geography and economics paper 2 today. Add maths, that will probably be on something like a Thursday. And yeah, basically, I'll catch you up on it later. Okay, so I've packed my bag. I've got economics, I have geography, I also have my netbook, in which I can revise from my digital flashcards. I do recommend you to download Anki. Oh gosh, in the past few weeks I have used a lot of tissues. What do you expect? Winter cold. It's not really the cold, just the change in temperature between inside and outside. That's basically it. But anyway, I'll catch you up on this later. I came from the library and I revised primarily economics. I still need to do extra revision for economics, but I think geography is the first thing that I should have revised because I have it on Tuesday, economics paper 2 on Thursday. I did do geography revision maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. I need to do in-depth revision for it so that I don't flop it like how I did with paper 1. And I'll catch you up a bit later, maybe tomorrow on Sunday. Otherwise it'll be on Monday when I have maths. I haven't done any sort of practice for that really actually yet. I'll do that tomorrow. French, yeah, I'll do that, probably for half an hour, and I'll tell you how it goes tomorrow. Today is Sunday the 13th of January. Just to let you know, okay, I'm gonna have to go somewhere very soon, but I did revise geography. No economics today. I'm definitely gonna have to do some quick revision for maths. I'm gonna fail tomorrow's test as well, again, for maths. And in fact, it's not a non-calculator, as I said the other day. It's a calculator. Of course, I've been put on for higher. In fact, Friday I do have add maths, a 2 hours test. Me and I believe so many other students that were not taught this in their sort of timetable lessons will fail at this. That includes me. Anyway, I'll tell you about tomorrow, how tomorrow's maths and even French goes. So I'll see you there. Just to let you know, I'm in a rush. I'll speak to you later. Today is Monday, the 14th of January. I've got my maths mock exam. I'll tell you how that goes. And then last period around 2:15, I've got French. Anyway, I'll catch you up later. I'm happy to report that maths paper 2 calculator was quite easy, except for the last question, and there was one about iteration. That was the one that I found quite difficult. Other than that, everything else, there wasn't really any kind of time pressure. I had probably a good 20 minutes to actually go back at the test, maybe even half an hour. Anyway, I'll catch you up later at home because I have no business exam that Aviation have around 11 o'clock. My one is with French around 2 o'clock, 2:15. Anyway, I'll go back home and I'll come back to school in like 2 hours time. I'll catch you up there. Anyway, I've just come back to school. In about 1 hour time, I've got my French exam, and I'm gonna go for lunch. And then also, obviously, I'm gonna revise some French. And I'll tell you how French exams go. Okay, no, I'll see you later. I just had my French mocks now, but I don't know if I'll do well. In fact, I do think I'll do well, but relative to everyone else, I don't know if I'll do much more better than them, because I remember at one point doing French tuition at year 8. Alors pour ce test, je pense que je ferai très bien à la test, mais si, je ne sais pas si je ferai trop bien à la test que j'ai fait maintenant. Alors, anyway, you might not understand what I'm saying. You might have done Spanish for GCSE. Anyway, there's a bit of construction at my school. There's nothing else to report right now. The test was actually quite easy, I think, as I said before. And I'll catch you up later. Okay, just to let you know, as an extra update to that French writing mock exam, basically, you were meant to do 3 questions. One of the questions of question 1, one of the questions of question 2, and one of the questions for question 3. Basically, there was only one thing for question 3, so do that. And so it's basically 1A or 1B. I did them both when I was only meant to do either one of them. That was the only issue that I had, let's say. So I basically did a question that I was technically not meant to do. I did manage to finish all the questions, but that one question where, I wasted probably 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes writing, yeah, that's a bit annoying. But other than that, it's, it seems great. Tomorrow, just to let you know, I have maths, calculator again, paper 3. I also have geography, paper 2, the human environment, on which is on cities such as Birmingham, Brazil, okay, and changing cities. It's basically about cities. I don't think there's anything else to it. I'll have to check that again. Anyway, I'll catch you up later. Okay, so just to let you know, today I did primarily geography revision since I have geography tomorrow, 2:15. I did some maths, paper 3, like minor revision. I'll do some extra revision tomorrow, seeing that paper 2 was a bit more easier than paper 1 for maths. For geography, I'm definitely going to have to focus on that. That's going to be in detail. I do have a whole lunchtime to focus on that, and I'll catch you up on this later. Okay, so just to let you know, today the date is 15th of January, Tuesday. It is? Yes, it is. I have maths, paper 3, calculator, at 11:10, so in around, 2 hours time, that I have the test. I'm going to have to leave in like 1.5 hours time, probably only have 1 hour to revise maths, and then I'll get some time to revise geography. Maybe not enough time to do well in the test, but to do, just reasonable, let's say. Probably, hopefully, better than paper 1 of geography. Tomorrow I do have physics. I'm really going to have to revise for that. I don't really have my textbook for physics since it once got stolen. But yeah, tomorrow I have French again, listening, reading. Anyway, I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Hopefully maths paper 3 will go well. I'll look at questions for paper 3 that have already been done. This is going to be my paper 3 revision, basically. Hopefully this is enough to get me a decent amount of marks in the test. Anyway, I'll catch you up probably in school. I think this is a bit too late, but at least I can learn a bit of iteration now. Okay, so hopefully this comes in paper 3, because I think I can now figure it out. But anyways, yeah, I'll catch you up on that later. I had a maths paper 3 calculator. No more maths papers now. I also had geography paper 2 on cities. What do you call it? I think it's on a paper called Human Environment, but it's on humans, cities. You get the point. But anyway, for maths paper 3, it was actually easy. So hopefully I can achieve grade 7s as a minimum. This is what I predict myself, grade 7, maybe grade 8. Okay, that's what I'll say, maybe grade 8. What I'll say about geography paper 2 is that it was a lot more easier than paper 1, and it's not just me saying it, it's the other students that asked that they said it was actually easy, well, relatively more easier than paper 1. It's just that the second last question, it was kind of hard. It was a 4-mark question, and there was generally for me, the big mark questions, like the 8-mark questions, those were the hardest ones, because it's not like I had too many points in my hard disk drive, shall I say. It's not a very nice SSD. It's not like I knew too much when it came to giving points about the 8-mark questions. Other than that, oh yeah, there was a question on what was the definition of desalination? What is desalination? I don't know. I still don't know. And that was part of a chapter that I did not revise at all. A chapter that even my class didn't complete 100%. So yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to go to the library. I think I have French tomorrow, and English language tomorrow. Oh gosh, English language. That's more important than English literature, because if I don't have English language, I can't do maths. I don't know how that makes sense, but okay. Anyway, I'll probably meet you up in the library. I had to leave the library early because apparently there was a fire drill. When I mean apparently, there was a fire alarm. Very likely it was a drill. So nothing to worry about in terms of safety. But it was an inconvenience. I could have revised in the library for another, let's say, 45 minutes. That could be the difference between a grade 2 and a grade 7 for physics, GCSE. So coming from the library, I did primarily, when I mean primarily, the only revision I did was physics. Absolutely no English language revision. That'll be tomorrow, as a last minute revision. Just learning the structure on, how to answer the questions. I already did this revision last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago, and the week prior to that. And now I'm going to have to re-revise it. I'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, physics, I still need to do more revision for it. I need to learn the equations. Well, I kind of know it, but I need to be super confident with it. Also know, and I need to know the atomic models. For example, the Dalton, the J.J. Thomson, Rutherford, the Bohr model. I need to actually learn that properly. That might come in the test, although chapter 5 is probably going to be the one that's go and make up 90% of the test, like I said in biology, as you'll see now. 90% of the biology marks were literally chapter 5. What happened to chapter 1 to 4? Anyway, I'll catch you up tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Wednesday. I do have French listening and reading. The listening, it's a bit too late. French is the sort of subject that you develop. You don't really learn it. It's not like it comes straight away. There, done, did the test. No, it takes time. So that's something about French, and I'll report you tomorrow on Wednesday, the 16th of January 2019. Okay, so right now it's 16th of January 2019. It is definitely a Wednesday, and it's right now 8 o'clock. I'm gonna have to leave in like 15 minutes time, and I'll do some last minute revision for English. Hopefully I can get just reasonable grade for English. I'm not expecting grade 8s or 9s even in the real GCSEs. I think I'll be satisfied enough with a grade 6 for English language, as long as I don't get anywhere below that in the real GCSEs. I don't know about the mocks, but I definitely don't want to be an anomaly. Anyway, I'll catch you up later. Anyway, oh gosh, it's raining heavily outside. Got my hair a bit wet. Anyway, just to let you know, I had English language, and that was not too good. I missed out an entire question. That was question 4. It's just I ran out of time. And question 5, I don't know if I was waffling or not. Honestly, the extracts were actually very good. Okay, because it was about bicycles, and I really enjoy riding my bicycle. And then the last question was about cars, and I'm a bit of a petrol head. But the thing is, my English language skills, my writing skills were not very good. So I think I can get a grade 5 with that. And also for question 5, the last question, I don't know if I was waffling, one entire paragraph taking a whole page, talking about ABS, crumple zone, traction control, and cars are becoming increasingly safer nowadays, and they're becoming very quiet because of EVs. And okay, anyway, yeah, there's that. For French, there was French listening and reading. Reading, I don't know, kind of okay. I don't know. It wasn't super easy, but comprehension I anyway am bad at. So if I'm bad at English comprehension, imagine French comprehension. That's just off the roof's bad. Double whammy, that is. Anyway, when it comes to the French listening, that didn't go very well. It didn't go very well for everyone really, unless they're French. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Not like I could understand the audio very well, because it's not like I'm French or from a French background. But anyway, I also had about, what should I say? It was about 1 hour ago when I had physics. Physics didn't go well, should I say? Because yeah, I should have revised chapter 4 super thoroughly. Instead, I was revising chapter 2 with all those equations. Equations was my, yeah. Chapter 4 chapter 4 and 5 took like 90% of the test, as I said with biology. Yeah, I mean, I don't think today went too well. I'll tell you that. Tomorrow, I think it's economics and geography. I'll tell you how that goes. But I'll need to probably go to the library first. Oh yeah, also, physics, there was a question, it was, what is the difference between, I think it was irradiation and, no, nuclear irradiation and nuclear contamination. What's the difference between those? And I ended up guessing it, so I'm probably going to lose some marks, possibly. I might get 0 marks for getting it completely wrong. Um, so yeah, and there was a question that included, I think the formula was frequency times wavelength. Not like I could actually figure that out easily. And there was a question on estimate somebody, an adult on a bicycle at 8 meters per second. This adult puts on full braking force. Um, how much force did she put in? And I guessed like 500 newtons, using estimations that an adult is like what, 80 kg. I don't know how much a normal person on my age group weighs. I don't know, because I'm very lightweight, should I say? I'm only 49 kg, and actually maybe 48.5 kg. I'll catch you up later in the library. So coming from the library, I mostly did economics revision for paper 2. I still have one more chapter to revise, technically 1.5 chapters. And then I might want to see some practice questions if I have enough time. Also, geography. All I did was some minor revision, let's say. I did do a revision, let's say 2 weeks ago, but this one I need to finish my revision for geography at home. For, what is it, paper 3. Anyway, I've come out of the light, as you can see. I don't think you can see me very well. I'm going to have to take the bus, and I'll catch you up when I get home. So anyway, I need to do geography. I also need to do economics, since I have it tomorrow at 8:45. Geography. I'll have it like a good few hours later, probably like 3-4 hours later, at 2:15. So I'll have a decent amount of time to actually revise geography. Although it's best if I do revision now, because geography mocks will probably be harder than I think, maybe. Even though paper 3, in my opinion, is probably kind of short, and it also involves a section that a chapter that I already revised, which is rivers, and rivers will be probably 50% of paper 3, with some extra stuff. How do you measure rivers, for example. Anyway, I'll catch you up tomorrow on I think it's the 17th. This is how you tell the date. Anyway, on the 17th of January 2019. Good night. Just to let you know, right now it's 7:20. I do have economics at 8:45. I'm gonna have to leave in about 1 hour time. And then after that, after the economics mocks, I'll probably have enough time to revise for geography, paper 3. And then Friday I'll only have one exam, which is Ad Maths, which I haven't really revised for. Anyway, I'll catch you up later. So just to let you know, I did my economics exam about, let's say, 4 hours ago or something like that. Okay, but anyway, just to let you know, it went okay, apart from maybe the 9-mark questions, the 15-mark questions, where I was kind of rushing it or kind of ran out of points quite quickly. And in about 10 minutes time, 20 minutes time, my geography mocks are going to begin. I will flop it, just to let you know. The results of paper 3 will not shine in my face. It will show darkness in my face. But anyway, I'll catch you up later. And yeah, I'll tell you how the geography mocks go. Geography paper 3. It was okay. Just like the big mark questions. Yeah, I don't know. Also, when it came to, I think it was, yeah, it was mainly the big mark questions, 8 mark questions, for example. I think really in a lot of the papers, the big mark questions were where I stumbled on and where I feel like I failed on. So that's something I need to focus on before something like May, June, July, when the GCSEs begin. Otherwise, the same thing is going to occur. After all, these are mock exams, it's a simulation of what would occur in real life in the real GCSEs. So I'm definitely going to have to rectify what I'm experiencing, the negative experiences from the mock exams, and make sure it does not occur in the real GCSEs. Anyway, tomorrow I only have just one exam, and that is Ad Maths. I don't know if I will do it for GCSE. I mean, it's not a GCSE subject, but it's kind of like a GCSE. But I don't know if I will actually do it. It is kind of hard, but then how much harder is it from the real maths GCSE, since I'm in set 1? So, yeah. So anyway, just to let you know, in the library, I did Ad Maths revision. That's the only revision I need to do, and then tomorrow the only and the last exam that I have tomorrow, which is Ad Maths, and I don't know if I will actually do it for the real GCSEs. But yeah, I can attempt it. I'll see if I do well. I don't think I'll do well. I feel like I'm going to fail at it, flop at it. But let's see. You know, if I flop at it, which I will. Or if I do reasonably well. Yeah, and I haven't done too much Ad Maths revision, I'll tell you that. In fact, I probably only learnt 2 topics properly, and that was it. And I've probably got like 20 other more topics to learn, so that'll be a tomorrow morning revision. I'll have probably like, I'm hoping a good 3-4 hours to revise before it's like 10 past 11, and I have to, you know, go and do my Ad Maths revision test for 2 hours. Anyway, I'll catch you up tomorrow. Okay, so just to let you know, today I only have one today, and it's my last one today, and that's Ad Maths, and it's going to be 2 hours, as I've said yesterday, and I'm going to have to leave in around 2 hours, 2.5 hours time. Otherwise, you know, I'm going to arrive late, which isn't going to be ideal for me, and the invigilators and the teachers. They're going to give me the slaps anyway. Anyway, I'll catch you up later, and I'll tell you how it goes. It's not going to go very well, I think. It's going to go very bad. Probably 20% in the test. Oh god, this is a bit too much. Then I've got this. Then I've got that. This, oh my god. Too much. I'm going to fail Ad Maths. It's not very good. So anyway, the time is around 10:45. I've probably got like a good 25 minutes before I have to be at the exam. I'm walking to school because it is quite cold, and I fear that my coat is going to catch on with the back tyre of my bicycle. Therefore, I thought it would be safer to actually just walk to school. It's only like it's going to add like a 5-10 minute to the journey. Also, just to let you know, I'm going to flop Ad Maths. That's let's say, a mathematical certainty. Anyway, it is a bit cold. I do have a runny nose. What do you expect? This is the UK. It's caused by. Okay, ignore that truck sound. Okay, I got carried away by the trucks and all those vehicle sounds. But I was going to say, I'm using Geography Chapter 5, Paper 1 skills here. But it's caused by latitude. It's caused by altitude. But most crucially in the UK, the distance from the sea. This is what affects the UK temperatures. But it means that the UK won't be means that it's not as cold as some other countries like, you know, Moscow, Russia, where they're quite far from the sea. So I think I'm complaining a bit too much about the UK temperatures being a bit cold. But then you have to consider the latitude that we're at. The higher the latitude, the colder the temperatures, because you are further away from the equator where the sun receives the most heat energy. Of course, as you go further away from the equator, due to the curvature of the Earth, you get fewer heat energy coming, impacting the land. Therefore, generally colder temperatures. So that's latitude. Also altitude, because for every 100 meters above sea level, temperature decreases about 1 degree Celsius. And then what else is there? It's a distance from sea, and then there's another one that begins with air masses. Okay. I don't have the knowledge for air masses. Whoops. But yeah, it's mainly distance from sea. No, not really. Reason why the UK is cold, why I'm complaining, is because it's at a high latitude. This is the one that's the culprit of the cold temperatures of the UK, why it's making so many people ill, why it's bringing in all those rhinoviruses into the UK's atmosphere. Okay, honestly, it's a blame latitude. Anyway, yeah. So as I said probably 3 times before, this is going to be the last exam, mock exam, before the results come in. Hopefully it's going to be great. Also, after this AdMaths mock exam, I'm going to have to try and produce a covering letter and a CV to try and become successful in a place in that Heathrow work experience. That's something I definitely want to get into. The next Heathrow work experience will be February next month. But also, I also want to get into London City Airport work experience. That's something that I definitely want to get into. I've already kind of applied for it. The interviews are gonna take place in March. Anyway, I'll see you later. Just let you know, GCSE AdMaths mock exams didn't go too well. It didn't go well for everyone really. Oh, hello. Is there if I can leave? That's right. So, of course, mock exams didn't go very well for AdMaths. Luckily, I don't have any more exams to revise, so I can kind of switch off. Get a bit more spiritual now. Like after all this stress that I've experienced, I need to relax. Yeah, I need to pray that I do well. I can't do anything about it now. I do hope that I do relatively well. I do know that I'm not going to do very well, but I do hope that I'll do, again, relatively well. So anyway, it is quite cold in the UK. Last year, it did snow in January. Anyway, I'll catch you up later. So now the mock exams are over, I can relax, and apparently the results day will occur on the 8th of February, that's what my head of year said. And now I can switch off, and I can rest. Bye bye.